Alright guys, so today we're going to be dealing with factoring simple quadratics. Go ahead and add that to your table of contents. We're going to do 3 examples about how to factor. So factoring is doing the exact opposite of the box method. And here we took the parentheses and we made it into one expression without parentheses. For today's lesson, we're going to be doing the exact opposite. We're going to start with one of these and we're going to go backwards. So let's start with the first problem. It's going to be x squared minus x minus 12. Okay. If we set up our box method, instead of filling out the outside and working in, we're going to start with the inside. So I know that my x squared and my negative 12 are going to go in these 2 boxes. Now, I'm not entirely sure what's going to go here, but I know that this is going to be x and this is going to be x. Now, we need 2 numbers that when you add them together, they give us negative 1, because that's what this middle term is. But we need those same 2 numbers that when you multiply them, they give us negative 12. So this is where the puzzle comes in. We could have, one of them has to be positive and one of them has to be negative. So let's go ahead and say positive is here, negative is here. I know that because a positive times a negative is a negative. So this is a negative number, so my negative here has to be more negative, like its absolute value has to be bigger than the positive. So 2 numbers that multiply to give us 12 could be 6 and 2, but that wouldn't have a difference of 1. What about negative 4 and positive 3? If we add them, we get negative 1. If we multiply them, we get negative 12. So we can put our positive 3 here, our negative 4 here, and then we end up with 3x minus 4x. Okay, that works. So my answer is actually going to be x plus 3, x minus 4. That's your answer. All right, let's go ahead and do a second example. So this one we're going to start off with x squared minus 9x plus 14. Now, I'm going to show you a new way to do this. This is called the diamond method. Alright, it looks like a big X. We're going to put M in the top and A in the bottom. Think of it as like the word ma. Alright, M stands for multiplication, A stands for addition. So 1, we always have to do 1 times this last term to get the top. So 1 times 14 is just 14. Now, to get the middle term, we're just going to take that middle number, negative 9. So we need 2 numbers that when multiplied, they give us positive 14. But when they add, they give us negative 9. Well, if they add to give us a negative, but they multiply to give us a positive, then that means that they're both negative. And what are 2 factors of 14? Well, 1 and 14, does 1 plus 14, negative 1 plus negative 14 equal negative 9? No, it equals negative 15. So let's go with negative 2 and negative 7. So those are going to be my terms. So we're going to just take this and we're going to do x minus 2, that's in parentheses, and x minus 7. That's our answer for this one. Okay, let's do one more. 3. Let's see. We've got x squared plus 11x plus 30. So let's do our diamond method again. So we want to multiply to give us 1 times 30 is 30. We want to add to give us 11. So 2 numbers that multiply to 30 but add to 11. Well, we've got 2 and 15, but they add up to 17. 3 and 10, they add up to 13. 5 plus 6, Hey, they add up to 11. So positive 5, positive 6. We know they're both positive because they have to add to a positive. So x plus 5, because it's positive, times x plus 6. Those are the factors. All right, so these are your factors. And this is your quadratic because it has an x squared.